Cracks in brick, cracks in block, sticking windows or doors. Settling or sinking foundation, it's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS.
It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition. This is for Tuesday, the 5th of April. I'm James Spann. It's obviously wet and stormy this morning. We'll see another round of storms tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And for parts of the state, a chance of severe weather with this activity. And then a chance of a late season frost or freeze this weekend. So a lot on the plate this morning. This is the upper air look. Early this morning, a disturbed, wavy southern branch of the jet stream, and that lead wave is producing this rain activity across the state. Now, that was the radar about 4:45 this morning. Obviously, much of the state should be in rain by the time you watch this. There's a tornado watch for the counties in yellow on this map. Parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, and southeastern Arkansas, and a flash flood watch for the counties in green for the southeastern tip of the state. And out west, a lot of wind issues and red flag warnings for the possibility of wildfires there. So here's your severe weather risk for today and tonight. A chance of severe storms across the deep south. We have an enhanced risk for parts of Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina. This is the probabilistic outlook for tornadoes. And you can see the higher probabilities are across the southern and southeastern part of Alabama, over into parts of South Georgia. That 10% ring, and the hatched area in there means there could be a strong tornado, EF2 or higher. Some of the cities in that higher risk would include Dothan, Eufaula, Troy, Enterprise, and Andalusia. And again, the main risk for North Alabama this morning, just a lot of rain and maybe some gusty winds and hail. This is the category look for Alabama today. We have the higher probabilities across the southern half of the state, and really the better chance of any tornado activity today will be south of US 80. But some of the storms pushing up into central Alabama could produce some hail this morning, and much more on this and modeling here in just a second. And then tomorrow, much of the southeastern states with a risk of severe storms. This is the probabilistic outlook for tornadoes tomorrow. You can see a 5% area over east and southeast Alabama, but the wind is the main concern. We have a 30% ring in that enhanced risk. That means a 30% chance of damaging wind within 25 miles of a given point. And that higher risk includes Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, Fort Payne, Huntsville. The rest of the state in a slight risk, level 2 out of 5. And then day 3, which is Thursday, the risk moves over to the Atlantic coast. Here's the rain for the next 7 days, and the bulk of this will be between now and tomorrow night. In Alabama, the heavier totals for the southern half of the state, rain amounts there between 2 and 3 inches, 1 to 2 inches for the northern part of the state. So model fans, let's go. Here's the GFS. This is the 06C run, valid today at 4. And again, you can see that little wave coming through, and obviously it's a wet, stormy day. This is high-resolution modeling, the high-res NAM at 10. Thunderstorms pushing through central and northeast Alabama, but there's just no surface-based instability, and that will pretty much save us from a tornado threat if you were in the northern half of the state, but there is some down south. So the better chance of a tornado would be for the southern half of the state with the activity this morning and later in the day today. But again, for North Alabama, it's going to be rough. Understand, pouring rain, maybe some localized flooding issues. There could be some hail involved. This is the STP this morning at 10 o'clock, and the higher values at that point are across southeast Alabama. And then by 4 o'clock, most of the storms moving into the southeastern part of the state. And again, there, all modes of severe weather possible. Large hail, damaging winds, possibly a few tornadoes. The northern half of the state is dry this afternoon. And I think places like Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden should be mostly dry this afternoon and tonight in the wake of this first batch of storms. So tomorrow, here comes a cold front slicing into the southeastern states, and the deeper moisture has moved on to the east. So in the high-resolution modeling, and by the way, this is 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, this is why you don't see just a large rain mass like we have this morning, just a narrow line along that front. But there will be a lot of surface-based instability this time, plenty in advance of the front. In fact, the surface-based CAPE runs up to 2,500 joules or higher south of the front, so the air will be very unstable, but there's not a lot of wind dynamics, not a lot of shear involved here, which means the tornado threat probably not high. There could be an isolated tornado on the front, but the greater concern, large hail, damaging straight-line winds. I'd say the main window will be from 2 until 8 p.m. tomorrow with this line as it passes through the state. So the bottom line is be weather aware, get the warnings, pay attention, and we'll get through these two events here. Fairly common for this time of the year. Thursday, it's all by. We turn cooler, highs in the 60s, the sky becoming partially sunny. And then Friday, the northern half of the state will not get out of the 50s, almost 20 degrees below average. The sky partially sunny with a cool breeze, and then by Saturday morning, we're headed for the low and mid-30s. Some of the colder pockets may be getting a freeze, some frost for everybody else for the northern half of the state. But the day will be sunny, the high will be in the 60s, and really the same thing on Sunday. We'll be in the 30s to start the day, with a chance of frost in many areas, but a big warm-up. The high will be in the low to mid-70s on Sunday afternoon. Monday, we're dry and mild, evidence of showers just north and west of here, and this is a week from today, Tuesday, April 12th. Big trough in the west, ridging over the Gulf, and maybe a few showers over the Tennessee Valley, but much of the state will likely stay dry. We'll go out 10 days. This is Thursday of next week, April 14th. That trough advancing gradually to the east, a cold front approaching, but you can see a pretty decent chunk of next week could work out to be dry and fairly warm by midweek with low 80s. Rain for Birmingham off the European ensemble, the mean about 5 inches between now and the 19th of April. This is a very wet, stormy month typically. Here comes the cold air for the weekend. I say cold, relatively speaking. You can see those 30s, and this is for Birmingham, Saturday and Sunday morning. The outlying areas will be colder, but then we bounce right back into the low 80s by Wednesday of next week. And the latest 8 to 14-day outlook in the house, this is for April 12th through the 18th. Temperatures around here near or maybe just above average. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Sinking driveway? Call Alabama Professional Services. Settling patio? Call APS. Uneven pool deck? Call APS. Collapsing stoop? Call APS. Cracking sidewalk? That's right, call APS. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call APS. Call Alabama Professional Services today.